This movie surprised me. I want to be honest with this movie because it is underrated. The action scenes in Sisu remind me of John Wick, and I expect that this movie will be nominated for the Oscar. Why complete the video to the end to know why this movie will surprise you? What's the story? In Sisu, Aatami Korpi is a solitary miner who discovers a large vein of gold. He cleans himself up, packs up camp, and starts riding his horse into town. Unfortunately, it's 1944 in Finland, and he comes across a platoon of Nazis. They quickly discover the true nature of his cargo and try to steal it. But Korpi easily dispatches 5 men and keeps on going. The Nazi leader decides to keep pursuing Korpi, even after he receives the warning that Korpi, a former rogue soldier with more than 300 kills, is no one to be trifled with. I have a request. I wish with all my heart that you subscribe to the channel. We get tired in writing scripts and editing videos, but we do not get views. But I will continue to download videos because I love what I do. But if I subscribe to that channel, I will be very happy. Is it worth watching? Many of you are now hesitant to watch the movie. Do not worry. I will tell you the most important reasons that will make you watch the movie as soon as you finish watching the review. 1. The action scenes. Sisu is one of the action movies that requires a healthy dose of disbelief suspension. Gore scattering that drowns the camera and blushes. Helps calibrate more than the top notes, played by Helander for hoots and hollers. And that also means Korpi's survival. What must be certain death of all sorts of causes, from hangings to shrapnel wounds, or how he can defy gravity and stunts, which he may consider even Ethan Hunt from Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible. Sisu can flash a foolish side as a company, become more legendary and man, but Helander is so inclined to bashing Nazi everything. So much so hard not to cheer on Aatami's a superhero spree. Tomilla is not Keanu Reeves, but the way he can bury his knife in a row of enemies, while also firing shots during liquid choreography, kicking around John Wick comparisons. Yes, action like John Wick's. 2. The characters. Most of the actors are not famous and do not have strong works previously, but their acting performance was great to the farthest degree. Not all, but some of the characters had great performances. Feelings such as fear, strength, and anger were great. I expect to see strong roles for some actors in the future. 3. Movie time. It's only 90 minutes, not a 3-hour movie. It's a nice movie with only 90 minutes. You'll see the best action shots, the best drama shots, and you'll enjoy it. Is it any good? This exceedingly gory and wildly entertaining Finnish one-man army movie readily recalls other similar genre entries, but it's superbly crafted in a stripped-down, smartly paced way. It's easy to think of John Wick, Rambo, Liam Neeson's Brian Mills, and Bob Odenkirk's character in Nobody, as well as Brad Pitt's Nazi-killing Lieutenant Aldo Raine in Inglourious Bastards, while watching Aatami Korpi do his thing in Sisu. The opening crawl informs us that the title is a Finnish word that can't be directly translated, but means something like unstoppable courage. I don't want you to think that this is an overly disgusting film. Yeah, I mean the violence is heightened, and it's brutal, but it's all in context, and it's crafted well. There weren't any points with it I was nauseous. I was just very uncomfortable, because my brain was imagining what certain actions would feel like, and I don't want to feel those at all. The story is told in chapter, and the way the titles come up on screen. It's a bit reminiscent of a Quentin Tarantino film, and the whole execution of the movie feels like a mixture of a Western and a graphic novel. With a World War backdrop, there's a meandering pace to the storytelling. Even though the actual pace of the movie is quick and efficient, and it's just an hour and a half, so it's not long at all, but what they pack in it is spectacular. But Korpi quickly emerges as his own character. While he's as scant as a character can get, he speaks maybe 11 words in the entire movie. We still know precisely who he is through his deliberate actions, and we want to root for him. For example, the Nazi platoon has 6 female prisoners in the back of one of their trucks. When the time comes, Korpi doesn't just rescue them, he empowers them, enabling them to rescue themselves. Writer-director Jalmari Helander of Rare Exports. A Christmas Story and Big Game. keeps inventing substantial challenges for his hero that require quick thinking. And at just 91 minutes, Sisu uses them to establish the perfect pace, quitting while it's ahead. I think that the most beautiful part when watching a movie is discussing the topic with other people. So tell me what you think about Sisu. What did you like about the movie and what did you hate about the movie? And how much do you give the movie out of 10? I will tell you in my rate at the end of the video. Is it any weak? The movie it isn't without its shortcomings. First, the movie opens with a voice-over narration that lays out what's going on for the story. And this would be fine if the story didn't go on to show us exactly what was described. By the narration making it just redundant and necessary, I mean we could just dive into the story and the action without the voiceover and still know exactly what's going on. Another shortcoming is some of the action. While it is fun to watch, and it creates a lot of tense excitement, a lot of the time when there's that close-quarter hand-hand fighting, the camera it's just too close to the action. It just creates a blurry mess of bodies colliding, where we can't actually see or decipher what's taking place. Now this doesn't happen every time there's a fight, but when it does, the intensity of that battle it's reduced. The main problems the movie's gonna have, though, is that some of the stuff's just not believable. When you're like, I know the human body cannot do that, you know what I mean. Like you see something, it's like either, I was you got so lucky, or I just know the human body can't do that, and there's no way you will survive that. And as the movie goes on and on, it gets a little less believable as we move. People thought that Scream 6 was unbelievable, with the things people were able to survive. This movie will blow your mind, and I know it's supposed to be over the top, outlandish, and fun. And I'm good with all those moments. I can only suspend my beliefs so far. And it doesn't go too bad. It's not like deep Resident Evil sequel. He's not doing triple-double backflips and crazy like that. I feel like watching a movie where a guy of his age is actually struggling to do the things he used to be able to do. Would have been far more believable. What is my rate? In the end, I advise you to watch the movie. You will get a dose of action and action. In a very short time, only 90 minutes you will enjoy, and you will feel scared sometimes. In general, a beautiful movie, and I advise you to watch it. My rate is 8 out of 10. So we got to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell me how much your movie rate is. Peace.